Tuesday, back. We have a couple minutes before class starts, which before I yoga class is like 3 lifetimes. In theory, we're waiting on 12 more. They can all definitely fit. There's so much room in here. So if you could, please, if you see spaces next to you, like a couple of inches, just a suggestion is to move closer, because the likelihood that a mat will slide in is very strong. Probably a couple of minutes as class comes to an end. And then while you're getting set up, we'll use all of the props. 2 blocks for sure. Therapy balls, we'll have some time to roll in the middle and end of class. Blanket and a strap. Thank you. Yay, look, so much room. This is great. Because that's where the spots are all left. But thank you for making room for everyone to find some space in here. We'll use all the props, blocks for sure, blanket, therapy balls. Marcy and I can also bring those over to you as we start to move around. But rain, Tuesday, it's supposed to rain all week. You see that?
Yeah.
Which is both like, okay, but also, okay. Like a peak of sun, but thank you for coming through the rain. A very sweet thing happens when you're new to the studio. Some of you know this already, but a little cute blue star comes right up next to your name if it's your first time to the studio or class. And there's 6 new folks that are here. So if we didn't get the chance to officially meet or say hi to one another, my name is Anisha, and it's really great to have you all. And we have Marcy assisting us today. So the way that the class will look is I'll be teaching and practicing from the mat so that you guys and everyone at home has a visual, and she'll be walking around. So please, please, please feel free to call her over for any questions, if there's any props that you need, if anything that I say doesn't make sense. It's a real gift to be able to have 2 teachers in the room. So use us for our yogic knowledge. That's where the buck stops. Yeah? Okay, I was out for 2 weeks, but now we're back. And for those of us that maybe you predicted or maybe you didn't, but we returned today to the chakra series. So before I left, we were working our way from the very base of the spine, and we finished in the heart. And so a quick reminder is that the chakras themselves are these wheels, these discs, these orbs of energy that you don't necessarily see on one another or yourself, but they are little portals through which you get to understand different versions of you with a little bit more clarity. So we worked from number 1 at the base of the spine, the second one was in the hips, the third one was in the solar plexus or in the belly, and the fourth was in the chest, in the heart. And now, as we work our way up for the next 3 weeks to number 5, which is today, number 6, and number 7, these are more of the cerebral chakras, meaning they're the chakras that, because they're located in the neck and the head, they become a little bit more of the subtle body and more of the subtle mind. The pose that we're moving towards today is by no means subtle. It's chin stand is the pose we're trying out, so it's by no leaps and bounds with any subtlety, but these chakras themselves, they're the ones that are associated with our communication, our thought, and our ability to achieve consciousness, which aren't necessarily easy questions to start to ask, but we'll see where they start to take us. So today, number 5, in the throat. The Sanskrit name of this chakra is called Vishuddha chakra, and in English that translates to, it doesn't translate to throat. It was in my brain before I said it and not the other. It'll come back, but it is the chakra of the throat. Purification is what it stands for. Its color that it's associated with is blue, this deep, vibrant cerulean blue. And it's associated with our ability to communicate and to be heard. This is the place in which we begin to take our inner experiences, our thoughts, our feelings, our boundaries, and start to communicate them to those around us. So as we practice today, we'll be spending a lot of time focusing on the throat, the neck, the upper shoulders, which I know for me is a part of my body that I don't ever really think about unless it's hurting, unless there's a sore throat or a crick in the neck or something is off kilter. But it's a tender region. There's a lot to work with here. And it's a place in which we get to give ourselves time to hear and feel and experience our breath a little bit more fully. So I have so much more to say about it. I'll tell you a mythological story when we're in chin stand to kind of distract you from the fact that we're doing it, all associated with the throat. But take breaks, sip water. I'll turn that fans and AC on as it starts to get warmer in here, but I'm really happy we're here together. Thank you for coming. Chakra 5, Vishuddha, we start in the throat. So go ahead and find a comfortable seat, however that looks for you. You might start lying down fully on the ground. You might sit cross-legged, you might be up on your knees. If you are seated, you might explore what it feels like to sit up on a blanket or a block so that your hips might naturally be higher than your knees and your low back can really lift and lengthen. And as your hands fall, anywhere they fall, in your lap or on top of your thighs, with your eyes soft, can you listen for your breath? When we close our eyes, it's a moment to see every version of yourself more clearly than before. The you that you were before you walked in. The you that you are here and now. And the you that you are continuing to make space to become into. They all exist in this form. So with those eyes soft, and that attention turned inward. And you listen for the sound of your own breath, where each inhale moves in, down, and wide. And every exhale offers itself up and out through the very crown of your head. Continue with a few more breaths just on your own, where each breath moves from the nose, past the throat, into your belly. And as you exhale, the breath pours itself up and out in every direction. The element of this fifth chakra is that of sound, the place in which we communicate and are heard. And so to begin our time and our practice together, we start with 3 rounds of that breath, followed by the sound of 3 ohms. The sound that reminds you your voice, unwavering, powerful, and inherently peaceful, can be combined in the harmony of all those around you. As you give yourself a moment, gather your hands to center anywhere that feels for you, on your body or in front of your heart. Wait for your next inhale as it fills you up, and exhale to offer the breath out. 2 more times, just on your own. Inhaling for Om. Keeping that connection to yourself. Gently let your hands release. Lift your chin and blink those eyes. We'll stay seated for a moment longer to take a few rounds of pranayama. So if your legs are crossed, you might switch with shin or ankle is on top to mix it up. But for this buzzing or Brahmari breath, to draw the attention into the throat, to draw the attention inward, we'll start in a moment, but it's creating sensation in the eyes. So you're closing the ears, you close the eyelids, your middle fingers come to the nose, and your bottom 2 fingers cup the lips. And in a moment, you'll breathe in through the nose. And then on your exhale, the ears close, the eyes stay closed as you begin this humming sound. When you finish 1 round, you'll begin again. So if you haven't started already, take your time. Bring your thumbs to your ears, pointer fingers to your eyelids, middle fingers to the nostrils, and the bottom 2 fingers on the upper and lower lips. Grow tall through your spine, lift up through the elbows as you take a breath in. And on your exhale, close the ears and hum. When you finish 1 round, 3 more on your own. Stay growing tall, let the jaw be soft, following your pace more than my voice. When you finish your 4th and final round, there's no rush. Let your hands release into your lap. The eyes stay soft, and a moment to listen for your breath. A breath in through the nose to fill your belly and into your heart. And exhale through your nose or parted lips to let all of that breath go. 1 more on your own. Breathe in to fill yourself up completely. And even open your mouth to offer all of that breath. Now connection inward. Gently blink your eyes open. And make your way to tabletop. We'll start to link breath and some movement together through rounds of cat and cow. You might have your blocks framing out the front corners of your mat. Perhaps you use them as you start to move around. And as you make your way to table, let your hands come as wide as your mat. Take up some space. Knees under your hips, and curl all 10 of those toes under to feel the arches and webbing of your feet. If you haven't started already, begin to round and arch your spine, moving with your breath through a few rounds of cat and cow. Let's take 5 cycles of breath for that 5th chakra. Maybe you stay more rounded or arched for a few extra breaths. You might move more forward and back, your hips towards your heels or shoulders forward of the wrists. But as you move following the rhythm of your breath itself, even notice the space between your chin and your chest. As you arch into cow pose, you might even close the mouth, feel more in the front of the throat. As you round into that Halloween cat shape, even gently tuck your chin towards your chest and feel the back and sides of your neck. When you find your next exhale, come back to table, find your neutral spine. And now watch for props or any friends behind you as you come in for a calf stretch. Reach the right leg back, curl the right toes under, and reach back through your right heel to see what you feel in the back of the right leg. As your heel goes back, can you slide your heart forward towards the front of the room so you grow longer through all 4 sides of your neck. And then after this first side switch, bend your right knee, reach back through your left, check out what you feel on the second side. With your eyes open or softly closed, can you reach back through your left heel as the bottom of your heart, the top of your head moves forward so the back, sides, and front of your throat can grow longer. Come back to table, find your neutral spine. Walk your hands a handprint forward of your shoulders, let them stay as wide as your mat. Bring your knees back behind your hips, and with your toes curled under, we'll meet in downward facing dog. Take as much time and all the breaths that you need to find your way there. In your down dog, bring your feet just an inch wider than they already are. Take up a little extra room between the feet. And now lift both heels and soften your knees so the backs of your legs and hamstrings can release. Now with your knees soft, can you lift your butt up and back towards the wall behind you? Feel that curve in and through the low back. Keeping your hips high, keep the left knee bent and pedal your right heel to the ground to feel the back of that right leg. And now lift the right heel, lift your tush up, and pedal the left heel towards the earth. And notice what you feel, how it feels, and where you feel it. As you lift both heels, soften your knees, look forward, and 1 foot at a time, begin to walk your feet up toward your palms to come into your forward fold. You might have your blocks underneath your hands so the floor really meets you where you are. You might widen your feet an inch or 2, or let your knees soften, all in service of giving your low back extra space. But if it feels okay for your neck and shoulders, let your head be heavy, even gently nod your head yes, and slowly nod your head no, and notice what gravity can do for the back and sides of your neck. A deeper breath in, and a longer breath out. Now climb your hands up onto your hips, stand down through your legs, and a big inhale to come up to rise as your hands come down by your sides. With your feet right underneath your hips, take an inhale to reach your arms forward and up to get tall. On your exhale, soften your knees to fold over your legs. Wait for your breath to come up halfway to lengthen, hands to your blocks or shins. And on your exhale, fold, plant your palms, and step your feet back to plank pose, the top of your cushion. Your knees might be up, they might be down behind your hips, but can you press through your palms, feel your shoulder blades broaden on your upper back, and then slide your ears back so your head is in line with your chest. A big breath in, and on your exhale, bend your elbows to lower all the way down to your belly. Let your hands be as wide as your mat. Inhale to rise for cobra or baby cobra as you lift up through the chest. And exhale to take it back to downward facing dog, tabletop, or puppy pose for 3 steady breaths. We started class today with that humming or buzzing breath, Brahmari Pranayama. It's a breath that's thought to shut most of the senses, the sound, the sight, so that you can really feel what's happening under the surface of your own skin. So as you listen for your breath, can it be audible? A breath from your nose to fill your belly and heart, and exhale through the nose or your mouth to offer every drop of that breath out. When you find your next exhale, lift the heels, soften your knees, look forward, and come forward, feet towards your hands into your forward fold. Inhale to lengthen halfway. Can you grow longer through your spine? And on your exhale, keep that length as you fold in towards yourself. Take a breath to rise. Stand through your legs, reach up, touch the sky, get tall. And on your exhale, let your hands come down by your sides. One more time, really follow your breath more than my voice. As you inhale, reach up, Urdhva Hastasana. On your exhale, fold, Uttanasana. Wait for your inhale to lengthen, Ardha Uttanasana. And your whole exhale takes you back to plank pose. A full breath in, slide the ears back, head in line with your chest. And on your exhale, bend your elbows to lower all the way to your belly. Wait for your breath to rise, Cobra, Bhujangasana, shoulder blades hug on the upper back. And on your exhale, downward facing dog, tabletop, or puppy, 3 more breaths. This is that 5th chakra, the color of blue, in the front, the sides, and back of the throat, where we speak, where we tell what it is that we've been thinking of, what we've been contemplating onto the world around us. So as you listen for that audible sound of your breath, can you let each inhale move from the outside in, and every exhale pours itself out from the inside out. At the bottom of your breath, lift the heels, soften your knees, look forward, and one more time, come forward, feet towards your hands. Inhale to lengthen halfway, grow longer through your heart. And as you exhale, fold, bowing in towards yourself. Take a long breath in to rise, stand through your legs, reach up, touch the sky. And on your exhale, let your hands come down by your sides. With your feet underneath you, interlace your fingers and bring your hands right underneath your chin. And now think of a big accordion. As you inhale, draw the elbows apart, gently tip your head back. And exhale to draw the elbows together as you lower your chin. 4 more times on your own. Soften the knees if they block. Big inhale to fill the belly and chest. Exhale to tone the belly as the elbows come together. 3 more on your own. Take a big breath in. Feel the space between the chin and your chest. Exhale to lower the chin. 2 more. Wait for your breath. Belly to heart to low upper back. And exhale to offer that breath. Last one. Take a big breath in to fill yourself up. Tip your head back. And as you exhale, draw the elbows together as you lower your chin. Release your hands down by your sides. Take a full breath to reach your arms forward and up. And on your exhale, fold, bowing in towards yourself. Keep your right foot forward, step your left foot all the way back to catch your lunge. And bring your hands high up onto your blocks or fingertips on either side of that right foot. Wiggle your left foot back another inch or 2 so you get longer in your stance. And now on your inhale, lift up through the chest, stay in that lunge. As you exhale, fold and straighten your right leg. Let's do that twice more. Big inhale through the lunge, bend the knee, lift up through your heart. Exhale to fold and straighten your right leg. One more time, take a full breath in, grow longer through your spine and your lunge. And exhale to fold and let the right leg straighten. Now with that right leg straight, pause here. Lift your back heel and drop higher up off the ground to help you move your hips in space. Can you wrap your left hip towards the front of your mat? Tap your outer right hip towards the back of your mat. Feel that more in your right hamstrings. And now as much as you can keep the hip steady, maybe your left heel reaches towards the back of your mat for a calf stretch. Maybe you push your palms down and forward to lift your right foot up off the ground. So just your right heel is on the earth. Not levitating. Right heel is down, just the right toes are up. Take a deep breath in through the nose. Stay for your exhale, maybe bow in towards yourself. Take one more long breath in, let it fill you up. Stay for your exhale, try to soften the grip of your fingers around the blocks or around the ground. And now back it up, lower the right foot down, bend your right knee, take all the hops you need for your left foot to meet your right. Inhale to lengthen halfway, grow longer through your spine. And exhale to fold, bowing in towards yourself. For the second side, with your left foot forward, step your right foot back to catch your lunge. The higher up your arm blocks or your fingertips, just the more space your torso and left hip can find. And as you wiggle the right toes back, take a full breath in to lift your heart. And as you exhale, fold and straighten that left leg. With the sound of your breath more than my voice, twice more, inhale through the lunge. As you exhale, fold and straighten that leg. One more, take a long breath in. How long can the spine grow? And as you exhale, fold and let the left leg straighten. Pause for a moment here. When my left foot is forward, my hips always want to open to the right. So when you lift your right heel, it'll help you wrap your right hip to the front of your mat. Tap the outer left hip back and see where the sensation travels to in the back of your left thigh. Now, as much as those hips stay steady, maybe the left heel gets heavier towards the earth like we did in that first calf stretch. Maybe the left toes float up off the ground as the left heel gets heavy. Take a breath in through the nose. Stay for your exhale. You might bow in towards that left thigh as you soften the gripping of your fingers around the blocks or around the floor. Now on your next inhale, back it up. Bend your left knee, lower your left foot, plant your palms, and step it all the way back to downward facing dog. From down dog, inhale through to plank pose, and now everyone lower your knees down onto the ground in your plank. Once your knees are down, do walk your hands to come as wide as your mat. Take up a lot of extra room. And for Ashtanga, knees, chest, chin, think chest forward, bend your elbows, lower your chest, lower your chin as you stick your butt up towards the ceiling like a little worm. That's it. Now as you stick your butt up to the sky, do your best to breathe. A big breath in, stay for your exhale, and then inhale to slither all the way down onto your belly and rise for your cobra, lift up through the chest. We'll be doing that one a few times. I don't guarantee it'll get less awkward, but hopefully you'll be able to breathe a little more. Take it back to downward facing dog, hips to the sky. A full breath in through the nose, and a longer breath out through your nose or parted lips. From your down dog, lift the right leg up and back. Step your right foot through to catch your lunge. And on your inhale, come on up to rise for high lunge. Reach your arms, your chest, and your torso to the sky. Good. Feel free to walk the right foot an inch or two over to the right so your feet are less on a tightrope. And now, like you did in that pyramid pose, lift up through your back heel, knee, and thigh. Wrap your left hip to the front of the room and right hip back. Now, as you take a big breath in, look away from the ground. Stay for your exhale. Bend one more inch into that front thigh. Bring your hands to your hips. We're coming up to stand. Tiny bend in the back knee. Get springy and hop off your left foot. Stand down through your right leg. Grow 1 inch taller through the top of your head. And now lower both feet to the ground. Bend your knees. Sit your hips back. Lean all of your weight into your left leg. Lift your right heel. And for standing, figure 4 across your right ankle over your left thigh. Your hands might stay on your hips. You might bring them high up onto blocks in front of you to hold something solid. You might reach them up overhead. But do your best to flex that right foot as you take a full breath in and down. Stay for your exhale. Think butt to the back of your mat as you lift your chest away from the earth. Now inhale to come all the way to rise. Lower both feet to the ground. Reach up through your arms and grab onto your right wrist with your left hand. Grow 1 inch taller and tip to the left for standing crescent. Your hips might sway off center to the right. And as you tip to the left, can you slide the ribs back, the ears back to lift your chin, and then maybe the arms come back in line with your ears. On your inhale, come all the way up. Reach up to touch the sky. And exhale to fold, bowing in. Plant your palms to the top of your mat. Step your feet to the back of your mat for downward facing dog. Inhale through to plank pose. Lower your knees to the ground with your hands as wide as your mat. Lower your chest, lower your chin, Ashtanga. Now without actually moving your hands, can you drag your hands back towards your knees, pull your knees forward towards your palms, and slide that chest forward. 1 more breath in, and exhale to slither all the way down into your belly. Inhale to rise for cobra. Press the legs into the ground. And exhale to take it back to downward facing dog. One more side. Lift the left leg up and back. Step it through to catch your lunge. Take a long breath in to come up to rise for high lunge on the second side. Remember, you can walk the left foot as much as you need to the left side of your mat. But as you lift your back heel, knee, and thigh, stretch up through the fingertips, even look away from the ground. Take a big breath in. Stay for your exhale, get heavy in the left leg as you grow taller through the crown of your head. And now tiny bend in the back knee, get springy, and hop off your right foot to scoop your right thigh to your chest. Stand down through the left leg, grow 1 inch taller through the top of your head, and now lower both feet to the ground. Bend your knees, sit your hips back. Your hands can stay overhead or come to your hips. But as you lean into your right leg, lift your left foot, and for standing figure 4 or pigeon chair, cross your left ankle over the thigh. Good. Think hips to the back of your mat as you lift your heart away from the earth. And anywhere your hands go to steady you, can you listen for the breath? A deep breath in and down. Stay for your exhale to lift the heart to the sky. And now inhale brings you all the way to rise. Lower both feet, feel gravity underneath you. Take a breath to reach your arms up and grab that left wrist. Up and over to the right for standing crescent on the second side. Good. Every time I lean to the left, to the right, my chin always wants to tuck. Can you slide the throat and the ears back so there's space for breath to come through? And then maybe the arms come back in line with your ears. Inhale to come all the way up, get tall, reach to the sky, and exhale to fold in towards yourself. Plant your palms to the top of your mat, step your feet to the back of your mat for downward facing dog. Last time with your hands as wide as your mat. Inhale through to plank pose. As you exhale, lower your knees, lower your chest, lower your chin. And now as your butt sticks to the sky, pull your hands back towards your knees, pull your knees up towards your palms, and think bottom of your heart forward. A breath in, and exhale to slither all the way down to your belly. Make a pillow with your hands. Rest on your forehead or on one of your cheeks. Let your legs be long behind you and listen for the sound of your breath. Did that Ashtangasana get easier for anyone? So strange. Just a little inchworm sliding up and down the mat. But there's poses in this yoga practice that are there to test, to expand your capacity of breath. So as you lay here, anywhere you are, can you fill your belly and your chest? And take a longer breath out through every direction of you. And now keeping that connection to your breath, a round of locust pose against the earth. So once your legs are long behind you, reach your arms alongside of you and flip your palms down to face the floor. Before we lift up, hug your legs towards each other, hug the shoulder blades together, and on your inhale, lift your head, lift your heart, float your palms up off of the earth, and exhale to lift your legs up and away from the ground. As you lift, try to soften or close your eyes and really listen for your breath. Can you think inner thighs towards each other and inseams of your pants towards the ceiling? Now hug the shoulder blades together to lift your palms 1 more centimeter. Big breath in. And on your exhale, release, lower down. Rest on the other palm or on your other cheek. You might wiggle your hips from side to side or stay still, but let it be an offering to your breath. Long inhales in and full steady breaths out. And after a few breaths on the ground, bring your hands to either side of your chest. Press yourself up through to tabletop. We'll come in for a thigh stretch. So I like to have a blanket underneath my knees for some extra padding. You might also have blocks underneath your hands so the floor can meet you where you are. But once you're steady, come to table somewhere in the middle of your mat. Now from your tabletop, for lizard lunge, step your right foot to the outside of your right hip. Check to see that your left knee isn't directly under your hip. If it is, walk the left knee back so the thigh is more at a diagonal. And now hug the legs together. So pull the right heel back, the left knee forward, and bend your left or with your right hand on the block or on the ground, let your left hand reach around for the left foot or the strap. For Anjaneyasana, for this version of the thigh stretch, can you send the belly and ribs back towards the back of your mat? Hug the left shoulder up and back, and see if you can look away from the ground. Be here. If you'd like to play with your balance, you might bring your right palm up onto your right thigh. You might also reach your right arm up overhead. But anywhere you find yourself, take a full breath in, down, and wide. Stay for your exhale. Let the right thigh get heavier to the earth as you lift your chest away from the ground. And now on your inhale, release the right hand first. Slowly let the left leg go. Take it back to tabletop. And a breath or two to notice any difference from side to side. Yesterday I taught a thigh stretch after not practicing or teaching yoga for 2 weeks, and the audible groan, some of you were in class, I was like, oh no, I didn't mean to say that in the front. So suffice it to say, if there's sounds that come out, I can turn the music up. You can let the breath make its way through. Let's do the other side. Left foot to the outside of your left hand for that lizard lunge. Walk your right knee back as needed so it's behind your right hip, not directly under. And now a little engagement by hugging your legs together. Pull the left heel back, the right knee and thigh forward, and bend your knee to lift your toes up off the ground. Lift your chest. Look away from the earth. Stay here. Or let your right hand reach around for the right foot or a strap or your sock. As you find sensation in the right thigh, can you slide those bottom ribs back? The right shoulder up and back. Maybe the left hand comes to the thigh, maybe it reaches up overhead. As you take a full breath in, down, and wide. Stay for your exhale, let the left thigh get heavier to the earth as you look away from the ground to see where you're going. And now inhale to release that left palm. Lower the right foot, take it back to tabletop. And from table, clear your blocks off to the side. And come on to, lower down onto your forearms. Forearms down onto the ground. One more thing on the knees before we lift ourselves back up. So once your elbows are right under your shoulders, interlace your fingers. Bring the webbing of your hands together. Try to look at your wrists and shrug your shoulders to the ears as you soften between your shoulder blades. Now look at your wrists the whole time as you curl your toes under, lift your knees and your hips up for dolphin pose. Good. Once the knees and hips lift up, it's like down dog, but your forearms are on the floor. Push your elbows down, lift your booty to the ceiling, and now see if you can look towards your wrists. Feel the space in the front of the throat. Stay right here, or you might walk your feet a centimeter closer towards your elbows as you stick your butt higher to the sky. A big breath in, a longer breath out, and now lower your knees to the ground. Take a breath here or in child's pose before you come up to a seat so you don't see stars like I do. Yay. Do we need air conditioning? Comfort? No. Yes, no, yes. Well, it's humid in here. I only ask because it's going to get warmer than this, and then we're going to wind our way down, so we'll do a few degrees. Thanks, Marcy. Okay, one more round of dolphin. You can do exactly what you just did, or one foot will always stay on the ground to play with some asymmetry. One of my friends taught me this trick in dolphin pose that I've shared with some of you. When my forearms come down, inherently this pose, my elbows want to slip off to the side. So Leo suggested using your hands to measure your biceps, and you'll notice how closer the elbows are together. And now when the elbows are narrower than shoulder distance, your head can really come clear up off the ground, which is what we seek, no weight on the head. So let's try it one more time. There'll be the option of lifting one leg up. Come down onto your forearms and your knees. And now use your hands and measure your biceps, so like where your arms meet your shoulders, and see how narrow the elbows are, narrower than shoulder distance. Now keep them there as you lower your forearms down, look at your wrists, curl your toes, lift your knees and hips up for the last round of dolphin. Breath. Can you press your pinkies, your wrists, your forearms down and lift your hips high to the sky? Stay right here the whole time. Or to explore one leg, lift just the right leg up off the floor. Flex the right foot, straighten the right knee, try to look at your wrists, And now lower the right foot down. Lift your left leg up. Push down into your pinkies. Straighten your left leg. Flex the foot. Look at the wrists. And now lower both feet to the ground. A big breath in. And as you exhale, lower the knees. Pause in child's pose. Or on those forearms and knees themselves. A breath to notice what you feel. A long inhale in. And a deeper breath out through every fiber of you. Okay, from your child's pose or tabletop, make your way back to your hands and your knees. We'll need a downward facing dog for a moment longer as you lift your hips up and back to the wall behind you. From your down dog, walk your feet to come as wide as your mat. Tiny bend in your knees, and one palm at a time, walk your hands back to meet your feet. So you fold somewhere at the back of your mat. Let the knees be soft, let your head be heavy. Your hands might touch blocks or the floor in front of you, or you might catch opposite elbows. But take a full breath in through the nose, and a longer breath out through your nose or parted lips. Now after a few breaths, climb your hands up onto your hips, stand through your legs, and a big inhale to come up to rise as you release your hands. Sip some water, shake it out, take anything that you need. If you have your strap, or if you'd like one, we can bring one over to you. You can untether it from its rubber band. We'll get a little into the shoulders. So once you're ready and steady, go Mukhasana in the arms. So take your time to bring your feet underneath your hips. Have your strap in your right hand like a big jump rope. And now reach your right arm up towards the ceiling, holding the strap. Bend your right elbow, give yourself a pat on the back. And as you reach your left arm to the side, turn your left thumb to face the floor. You can bend your left elbow to grab the dangly edge of the strap or your t-shirt or your fingertips. The hands might be touching, they might be very far like mine are, but it's these actions that we're looking for here. So tiny bend in the knees if they've locked. Wrap the right arm towards your ear, like you could hold something between your arm and your ear. Now slide the left elbow to the middle of your spine, more to the left. With some resistance, gently tug your strap apart as you press your head back and slide the ribs back. You can stay here, or we've done a side stretch already. If you'd like, you might tip up and over to the left. But take a big breath in. Anywhere you are, stay for the exhale. Gently press your head back as you slide the ribs back. And now inhale to come all the way back up through center. Unwind your arms. Shake it out and switch sides. A breath to take the strap with your left hand, reach the left arm all the way up to the sky, bend your elbow, give yourself a pat on the back. I like to reach my right arm to the side, turn it down to the floor, and we'll grab onto the dangly edge of the strap on the other side. Soften the knees if they've locked. Wrap that left arm towards your left ear, and slide the right elbow more to the right, to the middle of your spine. And the slightest bit of resistance, try to tug your strap apart as you press your head back to lift the chin. Slide the ribs back to steady the middle of your back. Stay exactly where you are with your shoulders over your hips. Or if you did so on side one, tip up and over to the right. Take a full breath in. And a longer breath out as you press the ears back and slide the ribs back. And now inhale to come up through center. Unravel the arms. Ditch your strap to the side. We'll use it later. Take a full breath in to reach up, touch the sky. And as you exhale, fold, bowing in towards yourself. One palm at a time, walk your hands back forward to the top of your mat. And on your next inhale, lift the right leg up and back. Now flex your right foot, try to straighten your right leg. As you turn your right hip and your toes to the ground, push through the palms, lift your hips, and lift your right inner thigh 1 more inch to the sky. A big breath in. And on your exhale, look between your hands and step the right foot through to catch your lunge. A breath to rise for high lunge. 1 more time. We were here before. We revisit. Lift your back heel. Reach up through the arms. Lift your heart. And bend 1 more inch into that front thigh. And now hands come to your hips. Tiny bend in the back knee. Get springy. And hop off your left foot as you scoop your left thigh to your chest. Stand down through your right leg. Grow 3 inches taller through the top of your head. And now lower that left foot to the ground. For warrior 3, soften your knees. lean all of your weight into your left foot. Lift your right heel, and like a flamingo, kick your right heel towards your right tush. Now hinge from your hips. Start to reach your chest forward as you extend back through the right leg. Flex the right foot. Try to straighten your right knee. And as you reach back through your right heel, can you slide your heart forward? Your hands might stay on your hips to steady you. They might come alongside of you like they did in locust. If there's enough space, mindful of the neighbors, you might reach them forward by your ears like you would in lunge, but a deeper breath in. Stay for one more exhale, and now soften your left knee enough to tap the right foot back to lunge. Take a big breath in to reach up, touch the sky, and on your exhale, fold. Plant your palms and step back to downward facing dog. From your down dog, lift that same right leg to the sky, the one that was just ahead in your lunge. Flex the foot, straighten your right leg. Now stay right here breathing. Or to add a little more spice, look between your hands and inhale forward to one-legged plank pose. Reach back through the right heel, slide your heart forward, stay here, or as you exhale, lower one-legged chaturanga. Inhale to one-legged plank, and exhale back to three-legged dog. They're making sounds. Lower the right foot, take it to down dog, and a breath. Stay here. You might lower your knees to the ground. You might move through one of those linking vinyasas we've done together already. But anywhere you go, can you offer it to your breath? I know I snuck that one in on you, and we're getting a little break after this, I promise. But let it be full and steady with each one of your breaths. One last sigh. Last round. So as you find your breath and make your way back to downward facing dog, take a full breath in and a deeper breath out through every fiber of you. As you find your inhale, lift the left leg to the sky. Flex the foot, try to straighten your right leg. And as you reach back through the right heel, lift your right inner thigh 1 more inch to the sky. Now look between your hands, step the left foot all the way through to catch your lunge. A long breath in, ride the currents of your breath to high lunge. Lift your back heel, knee and thigh. Stretch up through the fingertips, look away from the earth, and bend into that front leg. Now hands come to your hips. Get springy as you hop off your right foot, scoop the right thigh up. Stand down into the left foot, grow taller through the top of your head, and lower both feet down onto the ground. Feel gravity underneath you. Now soften your knees. Lean into the right foot. Lift your left heel, and like a flamingo, bring your left heel to your tush. Now from your chest, reach your heart forward and extend back through the left leg for Virabhadrasana 3. It's less about how high the left leg can be, but can it be active as you flex the foot, straighten the leg, reach back through your left heel, and slide your chest forward towards the front of the room. Let your hands go anywhere it steadies you, on your hips, alongside of you or overhead, but a big breath in. Stay for the exhale, and now soften the right knee just enough to tap the left foot to lunge. Big breath in to reach up, touch the sky. And on your exhale, fold. Plant your palms to take it back to downward facing dog. Now it's your choice to move in any direction you choose. As you inhale, lift the left leg up and back for three-legged dog. Try to straighten your knee, flex the foot. Stay exactly where you are breathing. For something different, look forward. Inhale to one-legged plank pose. Hug the left thigh an inch to the right. Reach back through your left heel and slide your heart forward. A big breath in. Maybe exhale to one-legged chaturanga. Inhale to one-legged plank. Exhale back to three-legged dog as you lower both feet down onto the ground. Lower your knees to the earth. Stay in table, a breath in child's pose, or any variation where you can call yourself back to your breath. Yeah? Chin stand. Who's next? Okay, give yourself time. Stay with your breath for as long as you need. Drink water. Take time to notice what you feel. So, I think this is the 7th year I've been and I've said this after every time I've taught it, where no one has come up to me after class and been like, can you not teach chin stand for the 5th chakra? So we're here again. It's a pose that I do once a year. So for those that are new, classes are not like this. This is just a auspicious season to be in. Chin stand. We've done a few variations of it already. So it's now seeing and puzzle piecing components of those pieces together. I'm going to show you 3 variations. We'll take each one of them, and then you get to decide which direction you'd like to choose. And before we get there, 2 things I want to mention. 5th chakra, the one of the throat, it's all about our power of communication. The first 4 chakras, you've kind of assessed your internal world. You've decided from your first one, have I had enough food to eat? Have I had enough water to drink? Have I slept enough? The second one is, what are my desires? What is it that I want to find pleasure, to find sweetness, to bring joy? The third one is, now where am I looking to move this energy towards? I kind of figured out what I want, but now what am I going to do with this information? And the 4th that we did 2 weeks ago is all about how we connect and relate to the other. Now we make our way up to the 5th. This is how we voice what we just thought about inside to all of those around us. And while this chakra is all about the power of communication and being heard, each one of the chakras also has a shadow side or a demon side that they're associated with. And this chakra's demon side is that of lies. Meaning, it's not just the lies, white, or are there different colored lies? Is it just white lies? I was saying that and being like, red lies. The small lies that you say to other people, and it's also the lies you say to yourself, yeah? Which we can all fill in the blanks for what those include, but it could be, and it could be, yes. So I'm saying that now before we move into chin stand, because there is no incorrect way to do this pose. It is by no means a casual pose that we spend a lot of time in, but if you know it's a Tuesday evening and you know how much gas you have left in the tank, we'll be lying down after this, so there's a lot of power of observing, of seeing and learning through the power of observation. You can take a look around and admire your fellow yogis exploring their edges. Or, on the flip side, you could see chin stand and be like, you know what, I have everything that I need, and maybe I'll explore a variation to see. But no incorrect answer in any direction you're going in. The first variation we're trying is very similar to dolphin. This is the one where you have blocks underneath your chest, and you explore lifting one leg up at a time. So one foot will always stay on the ground for this version, and then we'll see what it feels like if you want to take both off. But for this one, your blocks come as wide as your mat to their highest height. We'll do this in a moment. Your hands come behind those blocks. And now you lower your chest onto the blocks. You kind of have to find your own Goldilocks placement for this. Some of us are wider, some of us are closer. But you want the blocks on your pec muscles. This muscle from your sternum all the way out to the shoulder. Then the blocks will come here. Your chin will be off the ground and you'll look forward. And now I'm doing these 2 actions of hugging my hands back and pulling my knees forward. So as I hug my hands back and knees forward, you can tuck your toes and lift your knees and hips up like you did in dolphin or down dog. And now you look forward. You breathe here, exactly where you are. When you want to come down, you lower the knees. Or if you're here and you're like, okay, something different, just like you did in dolphin, you might see what it feels like to lift one leg up at a time, and then we all lower the knees down onto the ground. Yeah? Questions? You want to try it, and then if any questions come up, which they might. Okay, find your blocks, bring them to their highest height, somewhere in the middle or top front of your mat. That's it. You'll have to find a Goldilocks moment to see how close or wide you'd like them to be, but bring your palms behind the blocks so that your fingertips come behind your blocks onto your sticky mat. With your hands as wide as your mat, lower your knees, and now look forward, bend your elbows, and lower your chest, your pecs, onto the blocks. If you need to bring them closer, bring them closer. Without lifting your knees up, hug your hands back towards your knees, hug your knees forward towards your palms, look forward, and now curl your toes, lift your knees and hips up like you did in down dog and dolphin pose. Breathe, notice what you feel. Stay right here with your breath. Or you might see what it feels like to lift just your right leg up off the floor, straighten the knee, flex the foot, And then maybe the right foot lowers as you lift the left leg. Really claw your palms into the ground. Use them. When you've lifted both legs, you can lower your feet, lower your knees, and sit back onto your heels. Huh? I know you come up and you're like, what is this? I've never known this existed in my life. Questions?
Are we supposed to be
Oh, that's a foot. What did you have? Yes?
Are we supposed to be putting most of our weight on the blocks? Or
You're
are we supposed to be holding ourselves up and just balancing ourselves?
The blocks, your body weight will be on there for sure because of the angle that you're in. But what I really want you to think about is using the hands, because what always happens to me is when I lower the chest onto the blocks, my hands are like, I don't have to do anything anymore. So you're thinking, like you did in down dog, I'm clawing the palms into the block, into the floor to reach my chest forward. I do have weight on here for sure, but I'm really trying to do this action of pulling my hands back to lengthen my chin. Yeah? Did that help?
Yeah.
Yeah?
I feel like I'm gonna go this way.
You feel like you're gonna go this way. They don't tip. You might bring them a little wider so that your chest has some space. And really see what it feels like to claw the hands. That's why we did those Ashtangasanas and the one-legged planks. Okay, in the service of time, I could teach this for 20 hours, but it's 75 minutes. The next variation, so either choose that again. You know the story of when you do something the second time, you learn so much more information. Or the second out of the third round is you might lower the blocks a digit or two. It's up to you. You might lower the blocks a digit or two, and the same actions apply where you lower your shoulders, lift your knees. This time, my chin is on the ground because I'm closer to the floor. But same way, I'm hugging my hands, hugging my knees forward, and lifting my knees up. And then I walk it in. And then you might see what it feels like. Ta-ta-da, ta-ta-da. Or if you're like, I want to see, I have a little buoyancy. These little hops. If you saw that and you're like, Anisha, no interest. Don't. No obligation. We're giving all the options for you to choose the choice that you want to work on. Yeah? So if you're doing the first variation, keep your blocks where they are. If you saw that and you want to go a little lower, lower the blocks a digit or two. But everyone come onto your hands and your knees, wherever the blocks are, and bring your palms behind the blocks.
Anisha, if you have yours on the medium height, do you still want to kick up, or do you want it on the lowest height?
You can kick up on the medium height too. Yeah. This is my universal gesture. Please remember your hands. They are there for a reason. Press them into the ground. So any height your blocks are on, lower your knees, lower your chest onto the blocks. Maybe your chin touches, and now hug your hands back. Claw your fingertips. Perhaps you curl your toes under and lift your knees and hips up. And now walk it in, breathe. Stay here, or what's it like to lift one leg? Maybe that leg immediately lowers, and you try the other leg. And you notice any difference from side to side, clawing your hands back, breathing. Nice. When you do not want to do this anymore, the knees can lower, you can rest in your table, in your child's pose, and a breath. Huh?
I feel like it's putting a lot of pressure on my collarbone.
Lower, on the pecs.
Lower.
Pec, underneath breast tissue is all muscle, so you're thinking less on the bones of your collarbones, but like here.
Okay.
Yeah? Okay. As we're on third and final round. Remember, once a year. Maybe we'll do it again at the end of the year, but I just want to give you all the options that you can choose from, and you really get to decide. So, blocks on their highest height, blocks on their second or middle height, or no blocks. And you can see what happens. You cannot see what happens. You will know what happens because you are in control of your body and self and being. But this next variation is similar to that one-legged down dog to one-legged plank to one-legged chaturanga that we did. For this one, you lift a leg, you look forward, and now I'm thinking, lower my chest, lower my chin, and maybe the feet lift up off the ground. I'm hugging my hands back, thinking chin and chest forward, that way, to lengthen the space in the throat. That's just the face you make. I taught this before I left. In English, the translation, in Sanskrit, it's called Gandha Barandasana, formidable face pose. By no means is it a place that we try and exist in for a long period of time. But it's a pose that we explore this connection to chin and chest, where we explore the way we communicate with our own selves and being. Yeah? Option to try it, or option to look at it and say no. But one more time, we'll try it out in any of the variations that we've chosen. So maybe the blocks are at their highest height. Maybe they're at their middle. Maybe they're at their lowest. But any variation that you choose, maybe there's no blocks, lower down onto your hands and your knees. Take a breath, and perhaps your chest lowers down onto the blocks. If you're going into the version with no blocks, make your way to your downward facing dog, hips to the sky. In your down dog, walk your feet a centimeter closer towards your wrists, and now lift your right leg up off the ground. Look between your hands, take a breath, and now inhale to come forward. Lower your chest, lower your chin, lift the right leg, and hop, 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 hop. Hippity hop off the left foot. Maybe it's a little switch, switch. Maybe both feet come down. And it never happens again. Nice, y'all.
Yeah.
Yes, nice. First, that's it. Yes. Once a year? Once a year. We do a lot of twists and counter poses. Shake out anything you need to shake out. Any question, we're not doing it again, but any questions for next year when we revisit that? You can do it again.
Once a year.
Once a year.
Is that an elbow situation? Are we tucking?
Mine are a little tucked, because if they're not tucked, I'm on the floor.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I'm trying to think of, Mariel always says that, like, you're opening up pickle jars with your hands, or Larry says it. I'm trying to, without moving them, corkscrew my hands to get this onto the upper back. That's a 2026 problem. No homework. Okay, while you guys are catching your breath for a moment, the quick story I want to tell you about this chakra. It is one of those that kind of gets overlooked, but it's a story that holds so much weight and importance, and it's all defined by the color of this chakra itself. So the story starts off, I'm looking at him because it's a story about him to gain inspiration. But the story starts off, some of you have heard this before, but in the middle of sheer chaos. You're dropped into the middle of the story with 10,000 things happening and not really knowing which direction you're in, where a giant ocean of milk is constantly churning. There's a huge churn of this ocean of milk, and there's demons and gods and goddesses that are looking over it to kind of see what's coming out. So to back it up, the story began when the goddess of beauty and wisdom, Lakshmi, she saw what was happening on the earthly world, and she says, I don't want to exist here anymore, I'm not interested, I'm going to go into hiding. And so when she left with her, she took everything that created splendor and beauty itself. Flowers didn't grow, the rain didn't fall from the heavens, none of the rivers produced water. And those that were left were like, we have to find her, we can't exist like this. And they realized that she's going to be at the bottom of this ocean of milk, to be unable to be seen and perceived. And what the gods and the demons begin to do is they start to work together and say the only way to find her is to churn this ocean. I'm trying to keep this under 2 minutes. I could tell this forever. The way they churn the ocean is they take one of the mounts of the Himalayas, put it on the back of a turtle, wrap a snake around it, and play tug of war. I don't have enough time to tell you that version, but one day I will. They churn the ocean of milk. And as the milky ocean is churning, all of these things come up from the ocean that they've never seen. There's jewels, there's wisdoms, there's knowledges that no one has ever seen before. And they come to the very bottom of the ocean, and they see Lakshmi, they see the antidote, they see her there. But right next to her is this incredibly toxic poison. In Sanskrit, it's called halahala, where anytime one of the gods or demons comes to touch it, they get singed. Their magical powers go away. They lose consciousness. Their ability to live on the earthly plane goes away. And so they say, we see her, but there's no solution to this. So Shiva, the Lord of Destruction, the great Lord of Yoga, he comes from wherever he is, the mountaintop, and he says, I will do it. I will take care of this. And in his wisdom, he decides the only way to get rid of the poison is to drink it. So he goes to the bottom and begins to consume this poison that has destroyed all of the other gods and goddesses around. And as he's consuming it, we start to see the pictures and the story and mythology says his entire chin and throat begins to turn this vibrant cerulean blue because the poison is moving through him. And the way he's resolved is that his beloved, his consort, Parvati, the goddess of the householders, she comes and places his hand on his chest so that the poison doesn't go down the rest of him. But forever afterwards, he's known as the blue-throated one, Nilkant, because he was able to consume, digest, and absorb the poison rather than avoiding it and turning away from it. And so I love this story, especially because of the color. Whenever you see a picture of him, it's known that he's taken the step to do something that nobody else could. And it's a reminder that he didn't know what was going to happen. He didn't know whether if he would survive or if he would be able to continue. But he was still able to take the gesture of consuming this poison that was destroying the world that he was living in. And it's so relevant to the one of the fifth chakra, because the fifth chakra is if it stays inside, everything around starts to collapse. So the only way to communicate the needs out and around is through here, the power of the throat. Formidable face pose and chin stand. Till next year. Let's do some twists, let's roll, and let's come into Shavasana. So when you're steady, come into one last downward facing dog, please. As you lift your hips to the sky. Take a breath or two, let yourself arrive. Notice what you feel. A deeper breath in, and a longer breath out. And now from your down dog, inhale through to plank pose. Exhale to lower, Chaturanga Dandasana. Inhale to rise for Cobra, Bhujangasana, shoulder blades kiss on the upper back. And exhale to take it back to the last down dog of pause. From your downward facing dog, a big breath in through the nose, and a deeper breath out through your nose for parted lips. And now lower both knees onto the ground. As you make your way onto your back with your head facing the front of the room, feet facing the wall behind you, have your therapy balls within a grabbable distance, and do have one of your blocks within a grabbable distance. And if you need any of those things, Marcy will come around and grab those for you. But place the therapy balls and the block off to the side. Come onto your back as you bend your knees and bring both feet onto the floor. Give your right leg a hug in towards your belly and in towards your chest. Start to make some gentle circles with the right foot or the right ankle. You might spread or point the right toes and feel the arches and webbing of your feet. Let a deeper breath in and open your mouth to let that breath go. Now watch for neighbors and any props as you straighten your left leg long in front of you. Let your left hand hold your right thigh. And for a supine twist, move that left leg up and over to the right, or the right leg up and over to the left. I like to bring blocks underneath that the right thigh so the floor can really meet me where I am. Your right hand might rest on your belly or on your ribs, or if there's enough space, you might reach it off to the side like a big T. And as both shoulder blades get heavy to the ground, as the back of your head softens to the earth, take a longer breath in and a deeper breath out through every direction of you. You can stay right here. Or for a bonus thigh stretch, you might bend your left bottom knee, kick your left heel to your left tush, and then sweep your right hand down and around to grab onto the pinky side edge of that left foot. If you do have a hold of the foot, gently kick your foot back into your hand and shrug your right shoulder up and back. Take a deep breath in and a long breath out. On your next inhale, slowly release the hold of that left foot. Uncross your legs and draw your knees and your feet back through center as you give your left leg a hug in towards your belly or chest. Start with those small circles with the left ankle or foot. Spread or point the toes, feel the arches and webbing of your left foot. And then being mindful of neighbors as the left ankle comes through center, straighten your right leg long. Let your right hand hold your left thigh and move that left leg up and over to the right for Supta Padangusthasana C in the second side. Any amount of blocks underneath that left thigh so the floor can really meet you where you are. Let the back of your head soften. Your left hand might rest on your belly or on your ribs or off to the side. Get a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. Now if you did so on side one, you might bend your right bottom knee, kick your right tush to your right heel, and sweep your left hand down and around to grab the pinky side edge of that right foot. Kick your foot back into your hand. Shrug that shoulder up and back as you take a full breath in and a longer breath out. On your next inhalation, gently release the hold of both legs. Uncross your legs, draw your knees and your hips back through center. And now give them an embrace in towards your belly or your ribs or your chest. Perhaps you make some small circles in one or the other direction. You might lean gently from one side to the other. Or your version of happy baby with your knees and thighs wide. Your hands might catch the backs of your thighs, calves, or the pinky edges of your feet. And a full breath in through the nose, and a longer breath out through your nose or mouth. And now release the hold of your legs if you have them. I'll talk you through therapy ball work this evening in the upper back. If you'd like to set up early for rest, you're more than welcome to do so. We'll meet you there momentarily. But for those that are doing therapy balls in the upper back, you might keep them in their tote or take them out, up to you. And as you hold them, lift your head and your shoulders up off the ground and pop the therapy balls in between your shoulder blades onto either side of your spine. In between the blades and muscles of your shoulder blades themselves. And once you find a place you can breathe in and be curious about, your head might come down onto the ground. Or to alleviate pressure, you might bring your head up onto a block. If you'd like to add more pressure, you might keep your head on the ground and bring your hips up onto a block. Anywhere you find yourself, you offer it to your breath. A deeper breath in through the nose, and open your mouth to let all of that breath go. There's so much to be done in stillness. You might stay exactly as you are, or to explore any gentle movement. Perhaps you reach your arms up towards the ceiling, with your arms and palms heavy. Perhaps the fingertips reach up 1 more inch to touch the skylines overhead. Feel the shoulder blades broaden. And then soften the shoulder blades towards each other. 2 more breaths where you find yourself. Take a big breath in through the nose to fill your belly and chest. And open your mouth to let all of that breath out. Now if your arms are lifted, slowly lower them down by your sides. And for 2 more places with your knees bent, feet on the ground, press through your legs to roll your body a few inches towards the front of the room. So those therapy balls come down your back to the middle of the shoulder blades. Once you find a new place, slightly lower than before, let your head and tush be heavy, a big breath in. And open your mouth to let that breath go. And your arms might stay exactly as they are. Or you might reach your arms to the ceiling 1 more time. being mindful of those around you. Perhaps your right arm stays reaching to the ceiling as you reach your left arm overhead towards the front of the room. And then slowly begin to switch, like you're doing a backstroke in a pool. And anywhere you are in stillness or gentle movement, a deeper breath in and a longer breath out. Now after a few breaths, in the middle of your upper back, your arms are lifted, lower them down by your sides. In one more place with your knees bent, feet on the ground, push through your legs to roll your body north so the therapy balls come south to the bottom tips of your shoulder blades, lower than where you've been before. A big breath in and a long exhale. Let the arms be heavy, or perhaps you reach your arms to the ceiling. And give yourself a hug as if your hands could reach for the therapy balls behind your back. You might lean gently from side to side or stay still. If you are giving yourself that hug, you might switch which elbow is on top to notice any difference. After a few breaths, unravel your arms if they're wrapped. Clear any blocks from underneath you if they're there. And to make the exit journey, you can either scooch your hips towards your heels so you feel the therapy balls roll up your back. Sometimes they take t-shirts with these. You can also roll over onto one side to push them out of the way. But however they exit, do let them fully exit for the remainder of this. Sometimes they create more tension than softness. And now the next place we'll meet is in rest, in your version of Shavasana. So give yourself a few moments to add any layers. You might add props to support you. A rolled up blanket beneath the knees for your low back to settle to the earth. Perhaps a side laying Shavasana. You might let your hair down or set your glasses safely off to the side. As you let yourself arrive in any way, shape, or form, you close or soften your eyes and call yourself back to your breath. Each breath dissolves the entire practice at once. Each breath helps you arrive to where you are now. And every breath that comes after makes space for what has yet to come. So as each round of your breath lets your body get heavier into the earth, heavier your body becomes, the more expansive, the more spacious you may just start to feel. to deepen your breath. Take a longer breath in and a sweeter breath out. Take another breath in and down. And as you exhale, offer all of that breath out. Let your breath begin to awaken the body that you're in and the being that you are with any gentle movement that feels sweet to you. You might roll your wrists or your ankles in one or the other direction. Perhaps you tip your head from one side to the other, heavy against its support. You're just watching for props and any neighbors around you. You might reach your legs away from your arms, or draw your knees in towards your own chest. When the time comes, we'll all meet with both knees bent, one or both of your arms overhead, as you roll over to any side of your choice to curl into yourself. A breath or two here against the ground. And as you press into the floor, come up to rise to a tall seat, similar to how you started. With your eyes softly closed or softly open. And once again, listen for the sound of your breath. The breath that moves in and down, so it fills you up. And as you exhale, offer the breath up and out in every direction. Our time together will finish with one more of those breaths, followed by the sound of one Om. Invoke blessings not only upon ourselves, but each other. You can draw your hands to center where that feels for you. As you take a deep breath in, to let it all go. Inhale in for Om. Bow your head to your heart, or lift your hands towards your head in such a sweet yet sincere gesture of self-reverence, bowing to yourself and to each other, who practice right alongside with you. Marcy and I bow to each and every one of you all. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you. For those that knew it was Chinstead, thank you. For those that didn't, also thank you. Not again, until next May. Drink water, take great care of yourselves and each other, stay dry. Next week is chakra number 6, in between the eyebrows. It's all about balance, balancing on one foot and then the other, and seeing where that takes us. In week 7, the last of the series, is headstand and meditation for the crown chakra. So, as the weeks continue, 2 more weeks of chakras. The couple of announcements that I have, I didn't realize June was sneaking up so quickly, and I'm doing a lot of stuff in June that I should tell you about. One is Monday night, from 6:30 to 8, I'll be doing a closed breakdown to breakthrough series. I usually offer it every May. No requirements, it's very workshop style and conversational, but each week we kind of work through a series of poses that we don't have time for in public classes in 75 minutes. So it's a great, sweet group with each other. We work on inversions and back bends and arm balances and hip openers and so on and so forth. And then Sweet Kale is here, and I know it's far, but it's so close. On the summer solstice on June 21st, her and I are teaching a yoga and cello class. So she'll be playing cello, and I'll be teaching a full spectrum yoga class. We did it last February in the winter. It was heaven on earth. So for longest day of the year, if you'd like to celebrate, we would love to see you. I'll tell you about it the closer we get. But does anyone else have announcements? Anything that you are doing? option. That is